Gold is exploding towards new highs. Cash is being banned in the EU, and some say currencies around the world are going digital. Is the end nigh? Are we all done for? Find out what I'm doing and find out right now. Let's go.
One stacker on a journey to find silver. International Stacker.
Hey everybody, the name's International Stacker. Welcome to my channel. I have new videos every week on a journey to find gold and silver. I hope you love my content of literally all over the world, gold markets, everywhere, Africa, Middle East. And I have a ton of shorts I put out recently. I hope you're liking those. But with that being said, welcome to my channel, and I'm here to talk about the craziness in the world right now. And again, my name is International Stacker. If you could help me out, and please like, comment, and subscribe, that would help me out greatly. And a big thank you to MCF Energy Limited, who is sponsoring this video. Now, in August 2020, which was 5 months after the lockdown started for the beer flu. Are we still not allowed to say that word on here? I don't know, but I'm not going to say it. But 5 months after the lockdown happened, we had the all-time high in gold, which was $2,075 in August of 2020. Well, today, pre-market, and this is Monday morning, I'm going to release this here in about an hour. We're currently at $2,034.98. And if you're looking pre-market, so when the market was closed, look at this. It went to 263, almost to the high. 266 back here, 270. That was a couple, well, in the third. So we're near all-time highs in gold, and it's going crazy. But what's going on? What's driving this increase? Traditionally, when you see rises in gold and silver, it's when people are taking their money out of the market and trying to put it into a safe haven. Even some of the biggest investors in the world say you should have 2% or 5% or 10% of your portfolio in metals as a protective measure. So what's driving this? Why is everybody running to gold? Why is the price going high? Why are governments around the world telling their people it's antiquated, they don't need it, but they're stacking it at alarming rates? Well, is the hidden tax of inflation one of them, which has increased pretty much every month? Look at this, except for July. And it increased in March. Food is at 8.5% inflation since last year. Energy 6.4 in the last 12 months, and this is continually compounding interest, folks. So let's just round this up to 10 for easiness of math. So you have $100 in the bank. If it's 10% inflation, which if you go to shadow stats, it says we're really about 15 to 18% right now. But say 10%, you have $100. Next month you have $100, but it's a buying power of 90. Next month $100, but it's buying power of 80. You can see how quickly this gets out of control. And this is the CPI March 2023 release, and it goes in depth on all the items. So if you want to check that out, that's a good resource. But bottom line up front, inflation is going crazy. Governments getting rid of cash is not a C theory anymore. I can't even say that word probably. Try not to get censored, folks. Check this out. This is the central bank of the European Central Bank president. Look what she says.
No, the problem is they don't want to be controlled. They don't want to.
Yeah, but you know what? Now we have in Europe this threshold above 1,000 euros. You cannot pay cash. If you do, you are on the grey market. You take your risk. You get caught, you are fined, or you go in jail. But the digital euro is going to have a limited amount of control. There will be control. You're right. You're completely right. We are considering whether for very small amounts, anything that is around 300, 400 euros, we could have a mechanism where there is zero control. But that could be dangerous. The terrorist attacks on France back 10 years ago were entirely financed by those very small anonymous credit cards that you can recharge in total anonymity.
1,000 euros, folks. 1,000 euros. As a matter of fact, and there you see here, 1,000 euros could land you in jail. I mean, there's all kinds of articles about it. But as a matter of fact, in the United States, let me pause that. Mrs. IS? You guys, is that Mrs. IS? In the United States, national parks are going cashless. Mount Rainier National Park will stop expecting cash for fees in May. Many parks and monuments across the United States, and many businesses. Public health was one excuse, if you guys remember during the pandemic. Um, People not accepting cash, saying that could spread the virus or it was dangerous. There we go. And there was a big push to get rid of cash. Get rid of cash. We'll visit that in a second. Banks are continuing to crash. First Republic Bank is the newest victim. There will be more. If you looked after that in trading, there's banks that were crashing 5, 10, 15, 20%, at least in the markets. The Fed is really trapped here, folks. If you don't think it's they're saying it's not a crisis, but when you got your own Wikipedia page, and Wikipedia is like super like pro censorship and not pro truth. So when they're even making a wiki page about it, that should tell you something. But there will be more. And like I was saying, the Fed is trapped. If they take interest rates down, inflation will soar. If they keep interest rates up, more banks will crash. Why is this? Well, back when the interest rate was 2%, a bunch of banks were buying bonds, et cetera, et cetera. And now that you could get bonds at 4, 5, 6%, those 2% bonds are all of a sudden not worth as much as they were. So now all of a sudden these banks, at least on paper, are losing millions, if not billions. And then people lose faith and pull their cash out. It causes a run on the bank. So it's going to continue. It is going to continue. But we're being told literally everything is fine as more banks fail. People will continue to lose trust. People will pull out their cash. And more banks will have problems. It's almost like if there wasn't cash, things would be safer? I don't know. It's almost like things would be much safer if we didn't have cash. And now mainstream, like this is thehill.com, the cashless future is here. So is Big Brother. So at least, this is talking about that. But look, 2/5 of Americans use no cash in 2022. Whereas I think a year before it was like 1/5. So it's accelerating. I've been saying it for years. No cash equals max control. It equals max taxation. It equals max censorship. Think about what happened up in Canada with the truckers. They were protesting and they were doing something that protesters have done all around the world, blocking streets and trying to get their voices heard. They were deemed domestic terrorists. Their crypto wallets and bank accounts were seized or shut down, etc. Think what would happen to people who are protesting that the government doesn't agree with if they have digital currency. It could all be shut off. Going to Sector 7 to protest, also the Sector 7 shut down. I mean, this is like, this to me is just so evident. But what do I know? Is the end of the world here? I don't think so. But there's stuff we can do about it to prepare. And you guys, I love End of the World movies. Let me know in the comments below if you love End of the World movies. Matter of fact, I heard they're remaking like Twister. Oh, I can't wait for Twister to be remade. I love that movie. But what can you do? You can get active politically. You can write your senators and reps, voicing your concern with digital currencies or any bills or anything that's on the table. And that's not only at the federal level, folks. That starts at the state level. Remember, federalism, the United States. It's supposed to be a limited federal government and strong state government. So do not neglect your state and do not neglect your local elections. What else can you do? Well, you can prepare. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, but what am I doing? I am stacking gold. I'm stacking silver. I have an emergency fund in cash, and I put the cash in a high yield savings account. I don't like to keep cash, but we live in the world where you need the local currency to survive. So I have an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses, and at least I put it into a high yield savings account for right now. I have emergency food, and I have the cheapest emergency food deals on the internet. It's My Patriot Supply. It tastes great. I put videos out of little kids enjoying it. So go to preparewithis.com, prepare2is.com, and check out the best deals on emergency food, but also to emergency water. And shout out to Yankee Stacking. And I'm also looking into other investments. Keeping money in cash is bad right now with the inflation. It's just being really chipped away. Now, with the geopolitical strife around the world, the push for clean energy, and the looming energy wars, energy's been on my mind a lot lately, as many of you know, which leads to the sponsor of this video, really. So in my search, I ran across this company, and I wanted your all's opinion. Now, we know that Russia supplied the majority of gas to the EU. And since the war started, that has been cut off. First, it was boycotted from the EU. Then Russia cut a bunch of it off. And then somebody destroyed the Nord Stream pipeline. But we're not here to talk about that. Well, this is a new exploration in the EU to fill that gap. It's newly formed company, and it's based on the EU energy crisis. And this has leaders in it that were part of the B&K Petroleum Company in 2008, who was active in Shell in Oklahoma, and they were trying to mine some shale gas in the EU, ran into some issues out there. The market just wasn't ready for that because of the addiction to Russian energy. So anyways, now they're back. They're back with a newly minted company focused on EU exploration. So to me, if it works, this is a unique entry opportunity. Now you can see here, literally Max is back in January 2023, started at 27 cents. The highest is 59 cents. Right now they're at 23 cents. So I love this entry price. Now what's positive, what's got me feeling kind of bullish, I guess, is their project. So they acquired Genexco portfolio, which is a German company. So they already have active project there. And then a separate project not tied to them is in Austria. So they are active in the EU. Now, the principles of MCF Energy Limited, you can see here, folks with a lot of experience, but they have been involved with many major companies such as Gold Corp, K92 Mining, Lithium X, and there's many others which I like. Is this risky? Yeah, I believe so. It's in an area of the world that's experienced a ton of strife. It's a new startup trying to exploit an opportunity, a niche, but with great risk comes great reward, right? And the fact that their projects are in Germany and Austria makes me feel more positive about the war aspect, right? If their projects were in Ukraine and maybe even Poland or some other neighboring countries that have some, that may be exposed, I might feel a different type of way about it. But one thing is for sure, the longer this war goes on, the better the chances for this company of being a disruptor. And what do we know about disruptors in history, guys? Huge opportunities. And one thing's for sure, EU countries can no longer be addicted to Russian gas. And if you search this, there's all kinds of articles. Europe's plan to replace Russian gas. Europe is learning to live without Russian energy, right? So there is a hole in the market, and the market is waiting for somebody to fill it. Anyways, what do you guys think about this company? What do you guys think about what's going on in the world? What do you guys think about the push towards cashless societies? Is it really going to happen, or is it just a theory? Let me know your comments below. And again, I make videos around the world buying gold and silver. I hope you liked this video. Please smash a like, comment, and subscribe if you're not. It helps me a lot. Any content on gold and silver, guys, if you throw a comment or like the video, rising tides raise all ships. So it'll help get the message out there to more people. Anyways, I hope you like this video. I've got some very cool ones coming soon. I met somebody here in Nashville, Tennessee, and they did get a Crustacean Nation Challenge coin. That video is coming soon, and I guess I'll say, catch you on the next one. Woo!
One stacker on a journey to to find silver. International Stacker.